roads we didn't know and didn't have a destination in our mind. So I spent some time trying to rewind those distant memories of my life. I travel miles and miles, but I can't seem to find that feeling that I felt. Warm breeze blowing, summer smell. Those Friday nights, standing stars up in the sky made me feel so damn alive, but I couldn't tell. It hit me like I'd felt that all the times we spent riding around, didn't know that I'd found the good times. The good times, we were as happy as could be. Now it's just a memory that's fading. Oh, I hate it. When did I start to realize that it all just passed me by, the good times? So how do I get back to those days? Really feel like I need an escape. Everything now feels so fake. Every time I recreate those moments from that town, driving fast across that ground. No, I can't find a trace of that feeling that I felt. Warm breeze blowing, summer smell. Those Friday nights, standing stars up in the sky made me feel so damn alive, but I couldn't tell. It hit me like I'd felt that all the times we spent riding around, didn't know that I'd found the good times. The good times, we were as happy as could be. Now it's just a memory that's fading. Oh, I hate it. When did I start to realize that it all just passed me by, the good times?
teeth of stone, raised in the dark, the safety of a mountain home, skin made of iron, steel in our bones. To dig and dig makes us free. Come on, brother, sing with me. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Diggy, diggy hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Digging a hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Diggy, diggy hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Digging a hole.
I swear on my life I got it, I got it. Who knows for how long? There's never been a second way around it. A mission ordained by God herself. A vessel, baby, I never lived for much at all. My heart raced to the sky. A new moon, let's hide at our place. I don't ever wanna hear about the hearts that you break and the choices you don't make. I wanna run, let's hide at our place. I don't ever wanna hear about the hearts that you break and the words that I can't say around you, baby. I gotta run, babe. No, I can't stick around for long. It's so right. I guess I'm always so wrong. It's so nice counting the seconds we're apart. You pray to the stars, we knew it from the start. She's a woman of God. 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 She's to love me if I can't play my part to you. Heart's all for you. A vessel, baby, I never lived for much at all. My heart raced to the sky. A new love bloomed to fall. A vessel, baby, I never lived for much at all. My heart raced to the sky. A new love bloomed. Let's hide at our place. I don't ever wanna hear about the hearts that you break and the choices you don't make. I wanna run, let's hide at our place. I don't ever wanna hear about the hearts that you break and the words that I can't say around. Let's hide at our place. I don't ever wanna hear about the hearts that you break and the choices you don't make. I wanna run, let's hide at our place. I don't ever wanna hear about the hearts that you break and the words that I can't say around you, baby. So baby, come home. I need you to hold me, 'cause it's getting cold and it's getting stormy. These nights I'm alone, but my one and only picks up the phone and tells me she's never coming home. Renee's in the bath, a little unstable, 'cause you broke her bed. And she was an angel, she lets out a gasp, 'cause they're on the table, a call from her past. But she knows she's never going. Wait. So baby, come home. I
Yeah, I know that was a lot longer than it usually is, but hey, it is what it is. I was watching a video, okay? I was letting the video finish. It was someone else reacting, right? The best way you learn how to do better react slop is you watch other react slop. Um, but the Cinder thing, I'm not going to react to. I'm just going to get out of the way now. Because it's a fucking 1,000 page Google Doc. Yeah, she says it's thousands. I imagine it's not actually thousands. Probably like fucking 998 or some shit. But anyway, I don't care. Just outright, I do not care. I didn't care when it happened. I don't care now. What I said at the time and what I'm saying now is basically the same thing. What she did wasn't inherently bad. It was only bad because she did it to people who were her friends, but the VTubing space is very... It's all for show. You know, it's showmanship. So, from my understanding, maybe on the high end, I don't know, but I know at least for the middle and the smaller VTubers, most of these people aren't actually friends. They just pretend to be, because it's better for numbers to pretend like you're friends with everyone. The only thing Cinder did that I actively think is kind of cringe was the Silver Veil birthday model thing. I was like, that's just morally fucked. Everything else, I don't care. And I'm not reading this doc. I'm just going to be open. I'm not fucking reading it. If there's a TLDR version, which there probably will be, who's it, Mugen will probably give a TLDR version in a few days. But I'm not reading this. I don't give a fuck. From what I've seen, just some comments here and there, it seems to be kind of iffy. Some people like it, some people hate it, some people think it's good, some people think it's terrible. There was one person here somewhere in the comments that said something like, oh, you didn't mention... Yeah. The fact that you didn't mention spite on the first page tells me you didn't learn at all. It's like, It's like, I don't think... Spite is obviously important to the situation, but I don't think Spite is so important that she should be front and center with it. Primarily, it should be Nanolis and Bao being front and center because they were the biggest characters in this. My DM's open, but I'm in the way. It doesn't look like there's anything in there, but still. Overall, I just think it's fucking whatever. Everyone knew she was going to come back streaming. I mean, I haven't read the doc, so I don't know if she actually has said it. But come on, she's obviously going to fucking stream again. She was making so much money. There's no reason for her to stop. She still has fans. I reckon she probably has most of her fans still, if she just started again. Now, whether she comes back as Cinder or she comes back as someone else, I don't know. I also don't really think it's important because people are going to find out it's Cinder within like 10 minutes anyway. So, like, it doesn't matter at all. Now, when Mugen, or whoever does it first, to be honest, but probably Mugen, does a video on it, I will react to that when he does TLDR. Because I read really slowly. Because I try and take in as much knowledge as physically possible, so I usually read over the same thing like 2 or 3 times. So it would actually probably take me, assuming I didn't sleep, which I have insomnia lately, so I'm getting like 2 hours sleep tops. This would still probably take me 3 or 4 days to get through. And I'm not fucking reading a doc of something I don't actually care about for 3 or 4 days. So just something I thought I should mention. And then also, I'm not going to pull it up, but the Hassan shock thing. I personally think he did it. I think there's far more evidence proving he did do it than he didn't. Also, I mean, someone like him doing something like that wouldn't be surprising. Like, oh, you're telling me the guy who supports terrorists, makes false allegations against people, called the police on his girlfriend to harass her because she broke up with him, went to a brothel when children were working at it. What else? I already said support terrorists. He has a small head, not relevant to anything else. Just I like throwing that out there. Pretends he's a socialist when he's a multi-millionaire, which I mean, to be fair, that is a socialist thing to do, you know. Or communist. I don't fucking know what he goes by anymore. It seems to change day by day. Like, it's not surprising. The guy who doesn't have a single moral bone in his body is immoral towards his dog. No, I would never have assumed that. I did think though for a while. I just thought maybe his dog was like old or something, you know. But it was kind of strange that his dog just like doesn't move ever. You know, she might move. I think it's a she, right? Kaya. She might move from like the right side of the bed to the left side of the bed, or spot, I should say. But like, she would never ever get up. She might like, she might stretch, but like that was it. And I think the arguments he's using are fucking terrible as well. If you watch the clip, his first argument is, it didn't happen. Then it is, you're actually stupid because this isn't a shock collar, it's a vibration collar. All right. Sorry, that was the first argument. It didn't happen was the second argument. Then it was, he showed the collar, but he was really weird in the way he was showing it. Like, he was kind of hiding the back of it. I think it was the back or the front. He was hiding some part of it. And he accidentally showed it, and apparently there's tape on it, which most electric collars, you can take the prongs off. So, you know, and it looks like a spot where you would take prongs on and off, but anyway. And then the slip of multiple collars is really bad. To me though, the biggest piece of evidence is there's two main ones. One, why didn't you just give us the name of the collar, like the brand and the model, so we can check instead of just showing it to us? I don't fucking care if you show it to me, just give me the name so I can look at it myself. And as well, the fact that she screamed in pain, but he just didn't give a fuck. In fact, he said, "Shut up, you're such a baby." Come on. Like, even if he didn't shock her, you would still get up to check if your dog screamed. I guarantee you, most dog owners, if you accidentally step on your dog's foot, you know, you're like doing something, you're not really paying attention, your dog's kind of running around you, and you accidentally step on their paw and they scream, you feel like absolute shit. You know, that sort of thing. Yeah, that's the average person reaction whenever their dog like cries or like screams out in pain. But he just didn't care. So, anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about because I really don't care enough. It's just literally like VTuber drama again. Hassan being stupid and evil again. You know, like we could literally talk about this every single fucking day of the week, and it would be the same thing, just a different coat of paint. You know, it's still a house, it's just a different color house, type shit. I actually just said type shit. Jesus Christ. Okay, we have 3 reacts, and then I'm gonna play Blood West. I double check the name. I've never played it, but it looks good. It looks fun. Let me see. I think it's Blood West. Yes, it is. I bought it on a different platform. I don't have it on Steam, but it's just easier to show anything through Steam. Like, it's kind of like this, almost like Bloodborne aesthetic. Well, Bloodborne is like a gothic kind of Cthulhu almost. There's an actual name for it I'm blanking on. But like Cthulhu aesthetic. And it's an RPG as well. And there's honkers. So like, yeah. The only thing is, it is that like PS1 kind of PS2 aesthetic, which I'm not a huge fan of. I don't have anything against it. I just don't really care. Because there's just so many games like this, you know, in this style. Shut up, Don Lorenzo, but it looks good. Wait, did he make Fallen Aces? Oh, wait a minute. Is this the dev or the pop? The dev. The dev made Postal Brain Damage. Huh. Postal Brain Damage is the first good Postal in a very long time. Source by relevance, I guess. No, not relevance. Bestseller? They have some good games from the looks of it. Okay, that gives me more hope, more faith in it. Anyway, so we have Bill Burr, the Saudis, and to be fair, this one's the oldest. We'll do this one first. Wait. Thank fuck I looked over. I have a sticky note telling me, reminding me to change my fucking audio and output.
Ones you suspect the most.
Okay, there you go. Should double check that it was being picked up. Because I have had like 4 or 5 situations now where my model's tweaking out. I'm just drinking water. I've never tweaks out, just assume I'm drinking. I've had 4 or 5 situations where I recorded and then I just forgot that I didn't change my audio output, so nothing got picked up. Initially, though, I am getting better at catching it. I'm remembering to actually fucking change it. But anyway. Kind of a dead horse by now, but it's a scammer, so
it's always the
you
ones
gotta
you suspect the most. Here in my void, I want to talk to you guys today about Tai Lopez.
If you don't know who Tai Lopez is, this is the guy who's like, here in my garage there's a Lamborghini, which I drive up and down the hills. But you know what I love more than my Lamborghini? Knowledge.
Who is roving
He's the guy who
streets like a
apparently
madman
reads an entire
after
book a day.
Recently, he was accused of raising $112
For his
million
pyramid schemes.
through fraudulent offerings with his co-founder
Or
Alex
scheme,
Hare
I don't
and
know.
Maya Birkenroad.
I know there's at least
It says
one.
the
There might be
SEC
multiple.
has now taken a case against Tai Lopez, but he's still ranting about books.
Remember, they can't control you if you read the right books and inform yourself.
Now, let me say, Ty, depending on the outcome here of these allegations, they may be able to control you. I'm just going to be honest with you. It doesn't matter how many books you read. These allegations spell trouble.
The more books
for
you
our
read, the
boy,
better you
the
can be
bully
at
from the
scamming.
garage. I don't know if you remember our fresh-faced guy. The reason for the ad block, here he is right here.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
And I guess
Oh,
now
he's
we
showing
know
the clip.
how. Of course, later he transitioned to Here in My Backyard. That was kind of the sequel to all
Isn't this when he rented a mansion and pretended like he bought it?
of this.
Hey, here in my
It
backyard.
was like 150. It was something. It might not have been 150 million, but it was some absurdly expensive house that he claimed he bought, and it turned out he actually just rented it and he just did it for a video. And you can tell he had like never stepped foot in this house in his life because he was just making shit up on the spot.
Was always known for running these ads telling people, you know, you got to sign up for his 47 rules for success, the 12 rules for, you know, whatever sales, the 5 ways to get through life. I mean, he always had something to sell. And for a while, you know, he kind of got away with it. Nobody was really going after him because at the end of the day, when you sell knowledge and you overpromise and underdeliver, people don't get too mad.
Knowledge is going to turn into one of those words I can't take seriously anymore. It's like knowledge, society, and there's another one that I can't remember off the top of my head. That when I hear it, I just immediately, I start laughing.
I mean, people like me would kind of call you a
And knowledge
grifter.
is turning into
That's
one
really
of those.
the worst that's going to happen to you. The problem with Ty was he's one of these guys who went from, you know, trying to sell the fact he's this business savant because he quotes Charlie Munger all the time, to now taking money from people and actually raising
Well, I
money
mean, technically,
for,
every
the
businessman
businesses
takes
that he
money
was
from
gonna
people.
run. REV was the holding company, and they bought a bunch of distressed assets. You may know Radio Shack, Pier 1, Steinmart, a bunch of companies that went out of business, and Ty bought them up with a bunch of other people's money and said that they were going to basically flip them using e-com, take away the brick and mortar, bring in the great marketing from
Yeah,
Ty
he
Lopez.
tried to
He was going to rant on the
make Radio Shack like online. Was the thing that he was doing. Like, he gave them a website, basically, from my understanding. But he didn't pay or something? Like, he owed someone money, but he never paid them?
I guess Radio Shack, right? He was going to go around telling you about Dress Barn, from his platforms. And I guess it's kind of a plausible idea. The problem was they lied to investors along the way, at least if you believe the SEC's allegations, which claims that Ty and Alex Mayer made misrepresentations and omitted to state material facts, specifically about the profitability. They were saying their portfolio company.
It's not even a knock anymore. Okay. Anyway.
Companies were on
that one was so off guard, I didn't even have time to switch.
Fire and cash flow is strong, which, depending on what you mean by on fire, maybe that was actually true because these companies were burning through cash. Meanwhile, they were raising money from investors, mostly through a combination of debt and sometimes equity. And when things were falling apart, at least $5.9 million of those returns that were supposedly distributed to investors, like the payback for the loans, were in reality what they call Ponzi-like payments funded by other investors. In addition, Ty Lopez and Alexander Mayer apparently misappropriated approximately $16.1 million in investor funds, which were diverted for their personal use. They're using it for personal...
Where have I heard this one before?
Spending, I guess.
Just bought this new Lamborghini here.
According to the SEC, according to their allegations. Now, of course, they're going to have a chance to defend themselves, but I have to say, guys, we have to do better than this. If this guy is selling you...
Okay, is he actually this red, or is his camera just fucked? Like the color correction. Because everything looks way too vibrant, so I'm starting to think it's just the camera or his settings. This is like this looks like warning red, they have on long vehicles. And that's usually like a bright red, but this is fucking pink,
He's going to turn it all around. After years of just bombarding you with grifter ads, I have to tell you, we're in trouble. But I also want to say, if you are a grifter and you want to go out there, I have to warn you, do not lie to your investors. They will eventually catch you. I actually spoke to somebody who basically talked about his experience with Ty Lopez. The worst part about it by far were all the lies and omissions. They kind of say like, hey, look, I get that businesses fail, but specifically they were dealing with Maya and getting paid back some of their funds. This was at a time where it was not admitted that these companies were doing very poorly. They were saying, oh, we're doing so great. We're doing so awesome. And so Maya was behind the scenes promising to pay this guy back.
Who the fuck is Maya?
Wire, and literally...
Sorry, I zoned out for like 30 seconds.
According to him...
You know what? I'm not rewinding. I don't care. It's Ty Lopez. That's probably something fucking stupid anyway.
Transfer while not actually sending the money. And if you guys don't know, that can be...
I love that my model does a little dance now every time I drink water. It's great.
There can be some criminal liability there sometimes. So, incredibly serious accusations. I'll let him tell it.
My name is Jared Getz. I've known of Ty for, obviously many years. He was...
Listen, buddy. You could be right and you could be 100% honest and everything. I immediately distrust you because you're wearing a fucking snapback backwards. And also this same room is giving me the vibe of, I don't remember the YouTuber now, but remember the CSGO, like, gambling, drama, and one of the owners, he had, like, his Rolls Royce or some shit in the back, and he got his golden retriever to come up. He was like, I don't know how I'm going to record this video.
Always,
Like, it gives the same vibe as that.
you know, the biggest internet marketer out there. I mean, the deal was great. It was, you know, 20% returns on your money for 2 years, and then there was supposed to be a return of capital after 2 years and a balloon payment of 40% paid.
Is this
with
not
your-
uncomfortable as well? Sorry, I'm way too focused on the house and what he's actually saying. But I would feel very uncomfortable if I was in, I'm assuming this is like your living room or your sitting room, whatever, and someone from the stairs was able to just stare at me from across the room. And you're like, I don't like super open houses. I understand how to some degree being open, sure, but like this is way too much.
Principal returned. And so, you know, I threw in, I think it was like $275,000 or something like that. And, you know, and they were paying back, you know, monthly interest payments, and things were going really well. And then right around the time when the principal was due, and I'm a very like easygoing, reasonable person. Right around the time the principal was due, you know, Maya reached out and she was like, hey, is it cool if we postpone your payment for like 2 weeks? We're just getting things in order. And, you know, they sent a test wire and I got the test wire and they said, okay, cool. We sent your wire. And, you know, a day goes by, I didn't get it. 2 days go by, I didn't get it. 3 days, didn't get it. Hey, you know, Maya, I didn't get the wire. Cool. Let me look into it for you. Let me figure out
Hey,
what's going
can
on.
you confirm this? Did you guys not sign any contract? Also, I fucking hate it when people do this. Just send it in, like, I'm against spam texting. Even though I myself technically spam text, but when I spam text, it's like, it's a different topic in every text. Like, hi, yes, getting dates ready for you. And then you can just have, sorry, I'm on Europe time in a separate text. You don't need
about
to.
a week later, hey, sorry, Jared, there was an issue with the bank. We're gonna have to try this again.
The bank was capping out the max daily send. Ha. Okay. They are getting the remainder calculation from now.
Let me know if you got this other test wire. So next day I get another like $50 wire. Yeah, got it. No problem. Great. All right, cool. I'm gonna send the rest of it. Of course, I don't get the wire. I don't hear from them for a few days. You know, and then they said they sent the wire again, and I didn't get it. And then I started getting ghosted. And that's when I was like, and to be
Imagine
honest, I'm not the type of person that like.
Using that terminology on a business partner is so funny to me. It's like, bro, my partner started ghosting me, man. He won't pay me my fucking money.
You know, I get it.
Also, by the way, this is why contracts exist.
Investing, you sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Yeah.
When there's lies and deception and complete and utter disrespect,
Most investments, at least on startups, are based on lies. Like, for startups, a lot of it is faked until you make it. Like, especially nowadays.
that's where things start to get hairy. And so I would, you know, start to get ghosted for a little bit longer and longer until it was like, hey, what's going on with this? And you know, it got to a point where she sent me a screenshot. Hey, the wire got sent out. And I'm like, okay, well, if I got a screenshot of a wire and then I didn't get the
Of
wire.
the wire.
And then I got ghosted.
Sorry,
for
I'm
like
such a dick.
about a month. And at that point I'm like, hey, like, you know, at this point it's just rude. Like, can you at least just be on, like, just tell me what's going on? And then I finally hear back from her like a little bit over a month later, and she's like, sorry, I was traveling. I'm like, are you kidding me? You were traveling? Like, I mean, what does that mean to me? And then, you know, we start talking again. And the last message I heard was like, hey, sorry. I think it was her dad. She's like, hey, sorry, my dad died or something. And then I just got completely.
I mean, yeah, this would be a really weird situation to be in, because you'd want, like, if someone said, "Oh, my dad died, sorry, you know, kind of doing other things at the moment," you'd be like, you know, the good person, you would want to be like, "Oh, I'll give him his time," but also it's like, this is very sus. Your dad just happened to die the same time you're supposed to pay me my money. The money you were supposedly having trouble with for, like, I don't know, however long. A long time. And you've kind of used every excuse capable so far, except the death of a family member.
Ghosted from there.
You know what I mean?
And at this point, like, you know, they had set up these WhatsApp communities with all the investors, which at first there was all this camaraderie and everyone's like, you know, hyping each other up. And then people start getting a little bit weirded out that, you know, and you start to see other people aren't getting their money. And then finally, I don't remember the timeline exactly. It was probably about 6 months later that that we heard that they're going to have to file for bankruptcy.
Now, that's just the short version of the story, but after this, Jared and others went and they basically reported these guys, and of course, now there are charges.
I'm actually shocked that there are charges. This happens so often, like stuff like this, and just nothing comes of it.
At least with the Securities and Exchange Commission, and I think it's good. I don't think you should be able to raise $100 million with various false statements, omissions, misstatements, and you get away with it, especially on the back of your social media profile. Now, if you're wondering what's going on,
Who even follows this guy, man? Like, he has nothing. He's not charismatic. He's not funny. He doesn't have anything. It's like Andrew Tate. I can see objectively why you would follow him, because he's really funny. Okay, say what you want about him, he's funny. So I understand why people would follow him. But why the fuck would you follow Tai Lopez?
with Ty, now that he has gotten these allegations against them, it's not going well. He's still hawking things. This is his Tai Lopez vlog. He wants you to text him a private number, and he's gonna, potentially sell you on something. But this is just a few days ago. He's talking about the malicious actors that are trying to take you down. It very much feels like, vague posting about what he's actually going through.
And make no mistake, we live in a world where you're trying to be controlled, both maliciously by people and indirectly. There's groups of people that are trying to control you that don't necessarily wake up in the morning and say they want to ruin your life, but the structure of the system is built to control you.
Real.
I bet it is, Ty.
Is the structure of that system a three-letter word? Is it called the
The
SEC?
law? Oh.
Now, I only say that because
I was also right.
as
Fuck you.
well as going through that, he also brought on Trevor Milton, who famously got pardoned by Trump after, the whole FBI, indictment and later charges, and he was going to pay back victims until he got pardoned by Trump. And later, the SEC dropped their case as well because obviously he's pardoned now. But it's interesting to watch Tai Lopez really, love this guy for his message.
This trophy hunting, it's unfair that people, like, for example, Elon Musk has had a run-in with the SEC.
Yeah,
he had
huge.
a big one. And he says, I saw a recent article where Elon said, if I knew what I knew now, I would not have settled. He took a settle.
Yeah.
He settled and had to pay a fine, had to step down from being the, on the board of directors of Tesla. And it happened again. He's got a thing now.
Yep.
And he just said, I'm not going to. I saw the SEC. He wouldn't come on the.
I'm not going to.
He's like, I'm done. You've asked me enough questions. And it's clearly a trophy hunting case. In
what's
your
crazy?
experiences,
I've never met you before. I've
Yeah.
never met him. Never once ever spoken to you until today,
Yeah.
until I got invited on. It's amazing that so many people have had to come to that same realization mentally. What a special thing. Like, everyone had to go through their battle.
Yes.
I honestly thought it was something unique to what I went through. And now
Yeah.
I'm hearing it's coming from you and him and
Yeah.
others. Like, well, it actually makes me feel better about my situation, knowing I'm not crazy.
Yeah. This universe took, but it can also just give back. Donald Trump calls you. It's over. You're pardoned.
Dude, it was wild.
You can almost see
I don't think Trump is going to call you, but you know what? You can believe.
Ty hoping for that call himself. Now, look, again, I've talked to some of the investors who've gone through this. It's been horrible trying to get their money back. But also, guys, protect yourself. When somebody grifts and grifts and grifts, do not trust them with your money, please. Ty is still trying to sell stuff to people. He's still trying to push people into
Well,
stuff.
obviously, money is a finite resource. You run out, got to keep selling. If you don't sell, you're not going to be able to buy things.
I even got leaked one of Ty's frameworks, and at the bottom of the whole framework is the 3-pillar close, where, just so you guys know, they say if they can't afford it, you first see if they can afford it on a credit or debit card, and if not, We discuss finance
Oh
options
my
with
God.
Klarna, PayPal Credit, or Elective.
Klarna is the one where you finance like McDonald's, by the way.
So this is the kind of guy you're dealing with. Putting your course on Klarna, I don't know what to say. Really bad stuff. Now, I gave Ty an opportunity to respond to the allegations the SEC made. He did not reply. If he does, I will pin it. Okay, that's basically it. Thanks for watching.
Huh. Oh. Okay, I'm not watching this in stream. I'm watching this myself.
At least gonna laugh.
I've already watched some of it. I don't fucking care how much. I love Warhammer. Oh my god. Poncho's disappointed in Bill Burr. Let's see why.
Going, everybody. I hope you're all doing well.
I think
Today
I know
we're gonna
why.
be talking about the Bill Burr situation. For those
Actually,
who
can't
don't know who
fucking
Bill
see the
Burr
volume.
is, he's
My
one of the
mic's in
most
the way.
successful and praised comedians over the last 2 decades. He's a giant comedian, and recently he decided to throw his reputation into a frying pan and
Yep.
cook it. So recently there was a comedy festival out in Saudi Arabia. You might be thinking, oh shit, that sounds kind of cool. Well, kinda. This was a comedy festival set up by the Saudi Arabian government, and if you know anything about the Saudi Arabian government, you'll know that they do some pretty questionable things. And I actually had to educate myself on the Saudi Arabian government practices with this whole comedy situation thing that was going down. But what I learned about them was wild, to say the least. The Saudi Arabian government
they'll
is doing
murder
a
you
lot
if
of
you
stuff
say
that
something
seems
that they
cool
don't
on
like.
the surface, like throwing money at sports and concerts and now comedy festivals. But
Well, yeah, because I was trying to be like the entertainment center of the world.
behind the scenes, this government's doing a lot of wild stuff that I honestly think is wrong, including silencing and torturing journalists who
Yep.
speak out against them. Women still don't have full freedom out there. Like, I believe they were just allowed to start driving, which I find crazy.
Poor
Also,
decision.
being gay
Women
in
can't
Saudi
drive.
Arabia is a crime. It's literally illegal, and it can get you arrested, which is diabolical. There's just a whole lot of crazy shit that this government is doing behind the scenes. And
Is it
the
bad
whole
I wanna
purpose
play
of this
Fortnite
comedy
watching this?
festival is to distract from the bad stuff and make you think that it's a chill country because they got a big fun comedy festival. It's just to prop up their image and make it seem like it's a great place, and they're trying to essentially image wash their reputation by paying celebrities and influencers to perform there like circus clowns so the world forgets about all the other stuff they're doing. So it's just wild. At
What
first,
skin
when I
is
heard
he
about
even
the
using?
comedy festival, I was
I'm just looking. What the
hearing
fuck?
other people get mad about it, and I was just thinking to myself, like, yo, what's the problem? Why are people getting mad at a comedy festival? But when you dive into the politics of it,
It's also, yeah, because most of these people were like super liberal, and then they went to this, so they're technically like betraying their, I almost said their religion, they're betraying their politics. For a
it
bag.
makes sense why people are mad at it, because this country is literally just trying to do a bunch of shady shit on the low while using a comedy festival to make it seem like to the rest of the world that Saudi Arabia is a great place to live. When that's
Well,
clearly
yeah,
not
that's
the
what they
case,
want. They
if
want
there's
people to
laws
live there.
around gay people being illegal as well as women not having full freedom. That just doesn't sound like a great place to live to me, in my opinion. I'm sure the scenery's nice out there, but yeah, in terms of the laws, I don't know. Kind of fucked. Anyways, one of the comedians that showed up to this festival was no other than Mr. Bill Burr, which if you
Mr.
are a fan of
America.
Bill Burr, it's disappointing because this dude has spent his entire career shitting on billionaires. He had so many bits where he would speak out against evil billionaire practices and be very harsh and
It actually is the Pokemon thing, like, eat the rich, aren't you rich? No, I mean the billionaires, not the millionaires. We're not rich.
critical towards billionaires.
This is so the amount of people that are struggling out there because of these fucking billionaires. It's so fucking these fucking billionaires. They need to be put down. You know, like fucking rabid dogs. They're like rabid with fucking greed and just going out and just dividing everybody.
They're horrible, heartless people. And then for some reason, if you say that, you're like a communist and then we're in bed with the Russians. I don't get any of it. None of it
Ooh.
makes sense. And then they try to politicize everything you say. And it's just like, I don't know, shouldn't you pay your workers?
I
Nuh-uh.
love that fucking CEOs are fucking afraid right now. You should be. By and large, you're all a bunch of selfish, greedy fucking pieces of shit, and a lot of you are mass murderers.
Does he watch us on?
You just don't pull the trigger.
Like, how does a CEO take a 8-figure bonus and none of your employees have dental insurance? They can't even go out and get a filling. There's these nerd billionaires out there saying, I want my employees to come to work terrified, go to bed terrified, wake up terrified.
They were exploited. by the super rich cunts that are not patriots in this country.
Ooh, he
They're
used
not.
a C word.
They're pieces of shit.
My take is that when they get rid of all the illegals in this country, white billionaires will then magically become generous and start paying people a living wage because they inadvertently got rid of their excuse as to why they're not paying people. I don't know. I don't understand
Oh, all right.
that, but this whole like heartless way that they treat workers,
I agree,
is it's got to stop. It has to stop.
So yeah, this guy has made it a mission to make his audience know that he hates billionaires.
He's
and
super
he's happy
liberal.
that they're afraid and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And what does he do after he speaks out about it? He goes and takes money from them. It just makes Bill
To
Burr look like a
personally play
complete
for them,
hypocrite.
or not
And
play.
it's hard for me to take him
Act,
serious
I
as a
guess.
comedian anymore when he himself is now the joke. Like, he's everything he jokes about now. You know what I'm saying? He'll criticize them for his comedy set, but what happens when a billionaire comes knocking at his door with some money for him? What does he do? He doesn't criticize them. He performs for them. So, yeah, it's just bad for Bill Burr right now. I don't know what's going to happen to his career, honestly, but I'm probably tuning out at this point just because that is goofy as the flip-flop of criticizing billionaires
Yep.
and then taking money from them is just insane.
It's weird.
Authenticity and integrity is something I value a lot with the comedians I watch, and to see him throw his...
I need to piss. Hold on, boys. I also need to reply to like 2 texts, so I'm gonna give you tunes. I don't know why, but everyone is texting me now of all times. It's great. I love it. fucking love this song. Anyway, I need to update my playlist. As much as I love Stim, I might take out some of his stuff because my playlist is like, there's 55 songs and like 15 of them are Stim. So just to balance the scales, I might take out like 5 of them. By the way, like the guy he looks so uncomfortable. Yes, there. To be fair though, for drug crimes, alright, listen. Might be barbaric, but if anyone deserves to be executed, it's probably them. Ooh. Size-wise, how big were they compared to Bill Burr? Because if they're smaller and they made that much, God only knows how much he was paid. I know they wanted Shane Gillis as well, but he said no. Personally, I don't fucking care if someone takes money for a gig that's being held by kind of shady people. Like I don't fucking care. They can do what they want. That's very much my kind of idea for life. Like I don't fucking care, man. You just do what you want. I don't like. I'm such a fucking retard. Oh, I never transition back. Well, this isn't getting posted on YouTube. Fuck it.
What the f does he need another million for, dog? Especially when you're not looking into the million you're receiving and who you're receiving it from. It's just super irresponsible and super hypocritical, and it just shows that he doesn't actually care about the stuff that billionaires are doing. He just wanted to appeal to those people who do care by making a joke about billionaires for his comedy bit, and to properly make people think that he's on their side, when later on down the road he just backdoors that base of his by taking this blood money from these Saudi officials. And I am that base, bro. I'm sure y'all can tell at this point, I was a Bill Burr fan, man. I would watch his shit, and overall, like, part of me feels betrayed because it's like, damn, he said all this about billionaires and then he went to go take money from one. But another part of me is like not surprised because at the end of the day, he's not like a political activist or anything. He's just a comedian, so he's not gonna be the smartest,
he may as well be a fucking political activist with the amount of shit talking he was doing. You know?
Actual person who is able to pay attention to everything going on, especially in foreign countries. And also there was like a ton of other comedians that pulled up to this festival and were invited to perform.
Yeah, they tried to get like everyone.
A ton of them took blood money. But I guess I was just most surprised to see Bill Burr there, especially once I learned about the nature of the government out in Saudi Arabia and what their practices are, and the fact that they're hosting this comedy set and he's taking money from them. I just got really disappointed once I learned all the context to it. But yeah, after this whole Bill Burr situation blew up, he actually responded to it and somehow made it worse.
Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Monday Morning
Yeah, this was so bad.
Podcast for Monday, August 6, 2025. What's going on? How are ya? Oh, Jesus. How's it going in your neck of the woods there? It's not going so good in my neck of the woods. I'll tell you that. The sanctimonious is sanctimonian. Key
What does
word
that
on the
even mean?
monian. Oh, Jesus. All right, here's the deal. You guys are asking me, obviously, a ton of questions about the absolute controversy, all right?
Why
Here's
is
the deal.
Aquaman?
I have no problem answering any of them. The problem I have is after I answer them, it all gets clipped. And then once it gets clipped, then the lies start getting told, or they start shaping it and making it this and making it that. So all I'm doing is just throwing another log on the fire, and then they can make more money. No, I'm sorry. Well, oh, no, because they care so much. That's right. Sorry, not because they're just making money.
Huh. This is exactly what you
but
did,
I do
though.
have to tell you, this
Pretended like you give a fuck about things to make more money.
is fascinating because I'd never been in the middle of one of these fucking things. And my whole life when I watch the news, not every fucking news stories, but there's been a lot of shit where you watch it going like, yeah, I don't know, kind of seems like that kind of fucking dick. So to finally be in the middle of it and the level of like straight up lies is just, it's wild. And I'll be honest with you, I've been off the internet for like a fucking month, but just the people have been sent. It's funny, you get off the internet and people still send you shit.
Yeah, because they don't know you're off it for the most part.
Of like there was no women there, he just performed to the Royals. By the time they're done with this shit, they're gonna say I went over there and did a one-on-one show in a fucking tent, staring at my toes, and then I left for the head fucking guy, whoever the hell it is over there, right?
So yeah, this clip just comes off as somebody who knows they did something wrong but can't admit it. He brings up how there's people telling him
trying
that
to
women
like deflect in the weirdest way possible.
weren't at the festival. I don't know who was saying that, but I don't know what the point of this fucking response was, if I'm being real. He didn't even address the problem, which was that he was taking blood money from the Saudi Arabian government to perform a comedy set for them after criticizing billionaires nonstop over the years. But instead, in the beginning of his response, he chooses to focus in on the people who are claiming that there were no women at the festival, which is obviously false. Like, I'm sure there was women there.
Yeah, wives of the princes and stuff, I'm sure they were present.
But it still doesn't disprove the fact that women still don't have full freedom out there, and that the Saudi Arabian government is wrong for that, and that they're also committing a ton of other wrongdoings, like arresting gay people for being gay. Like, he can't admit that what he did was wrong. The reason why he's getting backlash is because he accepted money from a corrupt government. That's what he did wrong. And they're using his performance and the other comedians' performances as a way to make their country look like good and
Look
chill,
better.
and they're using this performance as a way to tell the world, hey, look guys, we have Bill Burr, Kevin Hart, and Dave Chappelle.
I think the idea is that they're trying to, while they still have all this like oil money and stuff, that they're trying to get all the all the entertainment over to them. So then that way it's like, oh, we don't have any oil left, in however many years. We don't have any oil left, but we have all the comedians, we have all of the fucking sports, they have EA. They're probably going to try and buy more companies, whether it actually falls through, I don't know. It's like, oh, if you want basically any form of entertainment, you come to us.
Coming over here because we're so chill. But don't talk bad about our government, because we might arrest you and maybe kill you. It's just not a chill country if we're talking about the laws. And the fact that the government tried to use this comedy festival as a PR damage control type event is just wild to me. And the fact that Bill Burr accepted money to be a part of this is also just disappointing and pretty wild to me. But Bill Burr also tries to spin this as if he's making progress for the country of Saudi Arabia through his performance, which was also wild.
Once again, I performed in an arena over there. In the round, there was 8,000 people at the show. Okay? It was citizens. And then they had diplomats sitting down front in a nerve-wracking way for the performer to make sure that, you didn't talk about the 2 or 3 things that they said that they negotiated down to not talk about. Once again, as I said before, whoever put together the comedy festival and everything, what it did for freedom of speech over there, because like before
They don't
it started,
have
you couldn't talk
freedom of speech, though. That's the thing.
about all of this stuff, and then they whittled it down to just that. And that is how, if you truly care about stuff like that, you gradually move towards something more positive. All right?
So Bill Burr said his performance was an act of progress for the Saudi Arabians, but his requirements to perform required the same laws and compliances that they've been enforcing
you can't
on
make
other
fun
citizens.
of like big people, special people.
They arrest journalists for speaking badly about their government, And Bill Burr can't speak badly about the government during his comedy set because of the rules they gave him to perform. So where's the progress? I'm confused in how this is moving Saudi Arabia forward to free speech when he has to abide by the same laws that everybody else in Saudi Arabia did. I just don't get it. If anybody can explain that part to me down in the comments, it'd be much appreciated, but it just doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, that's all I really had to say about this. I'm just disappointed, and yeah, I'm on the lookout for a new favorite comedian, so if you have any others that you'd like to recommend down in the...
Asmongold, very good option. Next. I just closed the... whatever. The Saudis have bought EA.
Saudis have
Why, I don't know, because EA doesn't make any good games, but fuck it.
bought
We
Electronic
ball.
Arts. Today, it's going to be quite a story, and I'm going to kick it off with a quote for you. Here it is. There will be no immediate changes to your job, team, or daily work. So that's what Andrew Wilson, of course, the big CEO of EA, told employees after this deal was announced. And it's a deal for $55 billion, or at least that's the value of the deal. We'll get into the specifics later because, well, they're very relevant. There's a lot of debt. But as much as Mr. Wilson's letter is trying to set people at ease, all that staff can focus on is the word immediate. Because, yeah, sure, there may not be immediate changes. There certainly will be long-term ones.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, make money.
Here's why this
To be
matters.
fair, EA does actually make a lot of money. Whether they should? No, they shouldn't. Because all the money comes from fucking FIFA.
The games industry is being
I hate
redefined
FIFA.
right now, and here we see one of the largest publishers facing even more risk. And by risk, I mean all the greatest hits, layoffs, studio sell-offs, and all the regular things that come with terrible private equity owners doing the things that they do.
Trying to make
But
out
there's
what
actually
games
something
those are, and I
bigger
can't
here.
even tell
We've
you.
reached a point where whole governments think buying games companies is actually worth doing. That does mean at least that games kind of do matter in the global stage.
Well, yeah, no shit. It's one of the biggest in the entertainment sectors on the planet.
So maybe we have got the recognition we always wanted, just not in the way that we wanted. Let's talk acquisition then. So EA is being sold to
We're
private
being recognized, but at what cost?
investors for $55 billion. That means that it's leaving the public stock market and going into private hands. Now, in theory, this needs approval from Electronic Arts, shareholders, and regulators. Now, of course, the reality here is the former, the shareholders, are getting an extra 25% on the value of their shares. So basically, this is a good deal. They'll be fine. As for the latter, the regulators, well, they're not going to step in because who one of the buyers in this deal happens to be. We'll get to that shortly. Now, the deal should complete in early 2027 with likely no impacts until late 2026 at the earliest. For our coverage, this does change things though. As an example, EA's earning reports will no longer be public. That means we won't be able to scrutinize them, not unless, of course, there are leaks. Now, in the past, we've flagged that sports games caused EA's Christmas problems, not Dragon Age. That is quite simply because...
Wait, what? Global football experience to slow down as a result of EA rises. So look for the end of fiscal year down. EA's opening net bookings outlook is now expected to update a range of 7 billion, 7.15 billion. 555 down from okay.
Because the scale at which their sports games operates is so vast that even the underperformance of Dragon Age just wouldn't really matter at all.
Yeah, isn't it something like 65% of EA's revenue just comes from FIFA? You know what? I'm actually gonna look it up.
Nothing compared to the football games having a little bit of a downturn.
How
We
much
caught them
of
trying to sell
EA's
some lovely AI game development tools to
Lovely.
their investors, and we'll come back to those shortly. But continuing with the deal, at least at the executive level, it seems that CEO
FIFA Ultimate Team. Oh, this is in 2021. Do they have any more recent ones? It was 53% or $1.62 billion.
Andrew Wilson will be keeping his job. Of course, with vested stock, he will likely pull.
And
the
it looks
Pete
like it's only
Parsons
going
parachute
up.
in just a few years. If you don't know what I mean by a Pete Parsons parachute,
As in the amount of money it's making is only going up. I don't know if proportionally it's higher.
well, that's kind of what the Bungie CEO did whenever he stepped down. Anyway, one of the buyers called him, quote, an extraordinary CEO who doubled revenue, nearly tripled EBITDA, and driven a 5-fold increase in market cap during his tenure. And the thing is, that stuff's actually true. Even in spite of all of the things that would make you or I be a bit grumpy about EA, well, those financial results are ultimately the thing that in this context matters. Now, all of this is following years of speculation. You see, EA actually wanted a sale. Even Disney got floated as a buyer of the company, and we even suggested this might be the plan whenever EA restructured and split sports and entertainment into separate companies.
I forgot about
But,
that.
you know, when it goes
I
down
never
that-
even realized until like a month or two ago that it's actually separate companies. I just thought that they just did the thing that every fucking tech company does, where they just name every branch its own separate, unique thing because it makes it seem bigger.
like this being right doesn't exactly feel good. So, why do this now? Well, partially, the company has struggled to find new revenue. Spending in games is somewhat flatlined, and EA couldn't maintain momentum from releasing the best-selling sports game ever last year. Basically, college football did really good, but it's been
Great.
a tough act to follow. Okay, so, got a bit of background. Now you might be wondering, okay, they've sold to who? Who has got the money and the interest to buy one of gaming's biggest publishers? The answer is not who, it's actually whom. That being said, corporations aren't actually people, so what it is three companies. Three companies are buying EA, but in effect, it's two
Is it split
governments.
between?
The most
Okay.
simple part of this is Silver Lake. They're just a traditional private equity firm. So yeah, you can say the vultures are there. Of course they're there. They're always there. And they're the ones
they've
who
been
gave
there for a
that
while.
lovely quote about Andrew Wilson's success with EA and have allegedly wanted to make an offer since 2011. Now, they're going to be the, quote, large minority shareholder. That means under 50% ownership. But then we've got the more important groups, the people who have spearheaded this deal. According to the Financial Times reporting, it is Jared Kushner's Affinity Partners. That, of course, is the same Jared Kushner who's the son-in-law of the current US president and former advisor to him. And he may
Amazing.
be why this deal is unlikely
Nepotism, never heard of it.
to face regulatory scrutiny. His private equity firm will hold about 5% of the new Electronic Arts,
Okay.
and this continues a pattern of US government-backed business leaders consolidating ownership of media with seemingly some of the old state approval, which is rather relevant because there are two states involved in this deal. The Saudi Public Investment Fund actually already held a 9.87% investment
Not
in EA.
surprising.
That actually made them the company's second largest investor. So now what we're seeing is them increase their stake to become the single largest owner. And they've actually by now invested in most of the games industry. And you might remember that. As an example, it was them who backed out of a deal with the Embracer Group, which then caused the collapse of that company and the selling off of loads of assets, closure of studios, and all those things we've covered in the channel. More recently, they've been in the news as the new majority owners of SNK, and that means they're behind the disastrous new Fatal Fury revival featuring the face
What?
of
Cristiano
Saudi Arabian
Ronaldo.
football. Cristiano Ronaldo. Sorry, that sentence again just yes, Fatal Fury, Cristiano Ronaldo. Smash together. Profit. Of course, this came after SNK promised that the ownership, quote, doesn't affect us in any way. Okay. The
Yeah,
problem with
sure,
written word
buddy.
is we can't exactly
If a company ever gets bought out, ever, in the history of anything, and they say, we won't change at all, that means they're going to change, and they're going to change a lot. They just might take their time with it.
see them blinking SOS at us through the words, can we? Now, this purchase, along with acquiring 50% of the EVO fighting game tournament, yep, FGC, you guys have been got as well, well, that consolidates their esports leagues into ES Faceit. And, well, they've done some fun things like hosting the laughably bad Esports World Cup. So yes, all of this
I don't remember this.
does raise worries, though they shouldn't be surprising, because this is just the Saudi private investment fund using the games industry for something that we call sports washing. And sports washing is a very simple practice, it's really a tale as old as time, where a country uses cultural events like sports to basically launder its reputation.
Oh,
Let's not
yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
about all of the effective slave workers who may have died in the process. You know, thinking about mega
That's not important. No. Want money? Money.
projects and stadiums,
You know
and
what
all
I mean?
sorts of lovely bad things that get swept under the rug so that we can look at the Esports World Cup and be extremely excited. which is just what they want.
We're
Of course, this is a
sure
reputation they
excited.
will want to launder because, well, there's the alleged murder of hostile press, things like a bit of ethnic cleansing of populations to clear spaces for new cities, or, just the good old-fashioned human rights violations regarding things like freedom of speech,
Human rights are just suggestions if you have enough money.
rights, LGBT issues, and many, many other things. And of course, now they directly have a stake in Electronic Arts, while their ally in the US government has an indirect lever to pull. So, putting all that together, yeah, no wonder staff are worried. But maybe they shouldn't be worried. Per CEO Andrew Wilson, this deal will, quote, enable the company to move faster and unlock new opportunities on a global stage. Very exciting stuff. Obviously, though, I don't really think staff are buying too much of it. He did tell them that there will be no, quote, immediate changes to your job, team, or daily work. He says, quote, the company's mission, values, and commitment to players and fans will remain unchanged. Obviously, though, people are skeptical of that word, immediate. Staff have spoken off the record to several outlets. They're talking about fears of the Saudi Public Investment Fund's influence in projects, minority.
Oh, they definitely will. If they completely, well, not completely, but if they cut out a lot of the unnecessary LGBTQ stuff, I'd actually be happy for it. I don't know, it depends. Like, you can have gay characters, just don't make being gay their whole fucking personality. You know? Like, a good example of characters who are gay, but it isn't their entire personality, both from New Vegas, is Veronica from the Brotherhood of Steel, and... oh, what's his name? He's the Enclave guy. I'm blanking. Anyway, it's like they're gay, but it's not really important. But I mean, it is, but it's also not. Their personality isn't their gay. It's not their gay first, everything else secondary. It's like Veronica's Brotherhood of Steel first, badass second, funny third, like gay fourth, and that's why people like her. It's because it's not her entire personality. So if they cut out a lot of this stuff where it's like, here's a demon, but they go by they them pronouns, so don't you dare use the wrong one. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Minority staff, they're expecting layoffs, they're of course expecting increased AI usage, and even the sales of some studios. The one thing a lot of people have floated is basically BioWare. Why the hell would they give a shit about BioWare when the thing that drives all the financial results is the football and the guns?
The
and
football.
That means these fears are especially prominent on the EA Entertainment side of that company. This is where we go to Insider Gaming, who have reported something kind of interesting, that at one point in the past, EA did consider selling BioWare. Which I mean, is hardly a surprise. Of course, they
Yeah,
would
because
consider
BioWare
that.
was not
And,
doing
for
well for a
reasons
while.
we'll get to shortly,
Is it
there
doing
is
well
an
now? I don't remember.
expectation that the
Or I don't
company
know.
might sell off many studios and IPs that don't make money. Because here's the
Oh,
thing.
wow,
the
I'm
owners
shocked.
did not necessarily buy EA for EA Entertainment. You see, Silver Lake and the Saudi Public Investment Fund are already investors in many sports-adjacent
They bought it so they can have control over IPs.
companies.
Is my
That's
guess.
not just football. It's also likes the UFC. Now, the expectation is that they will leverage
Kind
this
of like how Amazon bought Twitch, not because they actually give a fuck about Twitch, but because they like the code, I think is what they bought it for. It's not for Twitch itself. They couldn't give a fuck about Twitch.
connections to give EA Sports even more opportunities. And that obviously pairs well with all the esports companies and events that are owned by the Saudi Public Investment Fund. This stuff will basically help their sports ambitions, or should I say, sports washing ambitions. And those ambitions may go beyond what we've seen today, because according to sources, they actually have plans to invest even more money in EA to make new acquisitions and just new deals. So essentially, they bought it for the sports, but they also think they can get far more profit out of EA. You know, cut the fact, enough of all that stupid creative shit, more football. Kinda. But of
More
course, there's always
football,
room for
eh?
this to go worse. And I've
We
got to
like
go
the
back
footy.
to our, of course, main man, Andrew Wilson. Running up to all of these, he was doing meetings, right? And they had a lot of showcasing of the potential of AI game development. And it seems that those things worked. And here's a quote for that. The new owners are betting artificial intelligence will fuel an entertainment boom and yield major corporate cost savings by reducing production expenses for games. So these groups think they can make more games, make games faster, and make them with fewer
More games?
resources. And EA is essentially
More games?
their
By more games, they mean instead of getting one FIFA every year, you get 2 FIFAs a year.
to prove that.
And there'll be even
EA
less of a
is
difference between them.
bet for them. Now, whether they'll actually be able to do that is a different story. In many ways, Andrew Wilson's job is, shareholder returns. And that means that in many ways he will be a corporate storyteller. It's his job to weave a narrative and sell it to investors. He may not even 100% believe in what he's saying. And I don't bring this up to try and tar and feather him. No. It's simply to say, or to highlight, the incentives that are involved here. Because this is a shitload of money. And if his job is to do well by shareholders, goddamn, those shareholders just picked up a 25% premium on their holdings. That's pretty good. But the downside is that within a few years, EA could kind of be killed, regardless of their goals. You see all that stuff about incentives? That's like long-term spooky stuff that sort of explains why we get into the positions we're in. But this bit, this is the short-term spooky stuff. So, the three partners are only paying $35 billion for EA. The remaining $20 billion is why this is called a leveraged buyout.
Ooh, I love leverage. Yep.
So that money is coming from loans from JP Morgan Chase. So upon completion of the transaction, the loans will transfer to EA from their new parent companies. And what that will do is it will saddle EA with $20 billion in debt that it will need to pay off. Now, this debt has been rated as junk. And for a quick explainer of what that means, there are rating agencies, and one of their jobs is basically to say, what is the level of risk with debt held by this entity? And
Hold on,
if
boys. I should not have drank so much water. The stream gods really want me to piss my pants. Hold on. I will actually remember to switch it back this time. I'm switching it. Hold on. I need to say it out loud, otherwise I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna have to put like 15 sticky notes on my wall, being like, "Hey, do this, do this, do this, do this." Well, actually, I would. My wall is fucking sound panels, so I can't put them on the sound panels. And the adhesive from sticky notes don't like sticking to my monitor, so I'm gonna have to use fucking tape. Anyway, hold on. I'm gonna stop talking for about 3 seconds. It'll be easy when I'm editing to see where I actually start.
risk is really low, then they'll give it a really good rating, and the interest rate on that debt will be low. But if it's below a certain
Interest rate in
threshold,
EA?
it's what we refer to as junk debt, which basically means the interest on that debt will be really, really high. Of course, if EA does really well, then great. That debt will be paid off, and that interest will, well, it will make
Over 200. Is this the new Skate game?
JP Morgan Chase a shitload of money. So happy days for them. But obviously, it is $20 billion of high interest rate debt. Now, the way this works is that in an ideal world, the company will pay down the debt, it will become more profitable and worth more, and then the private investors will sell the company off or perhaps take the company public. Now, if they don't pay it off, then they default on the loans in exactly the same way as Toys R Us or Party City did in the US. The investors walk away and goodbye EA. Until either outcome, EA will be left with debt payments that will require staggering payouts every year. And to give you some context, in their last quarterly update, of course, quarterly update is the sort of thing they'll no longer have to make, EA predicted they would make an estimated profit of $795 million to $974 million this year. Fantastic news, but that would mean EA would effectively have to turn all of their profit into repayments, and then some. Because if your profit is near enough $1 billion a year, but, this new debt is $20 billion, yeah, take a while to pay that off, couldn't it? So what do you think's going to happen? Are they going to run as is? No, they're not. They're going to have to cut their costs to increase their profits, or they will need to increase their profits by finding new revenue streams. That could mean more licensing deals for projects, like, say, Amazon's Mass Effect television show. Analysts suggested to Kotaku that this might mean EA will redouble their failed efforts on mobile games. But it is nearly guaranteed that EA will be continuing on their present path. They've already been making themselves appealing by cutting more than 1,000 jobs in the last 2 years.
As they should.
What's EA's single largest expense in their balance sheet? Well,
EA.
34% of their revenue goes...
I'm actually so fucking retarded. What's EA's biggest expense? EA. Oh. I'm not all there, boys. Leave me alone.
On R&D for in-development games. It's the biggest cut, and it's the biggest risk. Community goodwill projects like rebuilding and re-releasing Command & Conquer source code are not likely to continue. New games are going to be very expensive, which is why, as an example, BioWare staff feel particularly threatened. Mass Effect's new game is years away, and maybe the television show's existence will save it, but many expect EA will have to sell off their riskier studios and IP, the non-sports ones that is, to meet the repayments of these loans. It's all quite brutal. Now, some see this as a silver lining, that effectively Electronic Arts' hoard of IP might end up going to people who will actually use it, or that maybe the whole entertainment division
if they actually start making games, I'm just saying,
could even be sold. But looking back at the last decade of gaming, when has more consolidation actually solved anything? Like, really solved anything? And that's to say nothing of the fact that at the prices EA will need to sell, only the biggest players out there can afford it. So imagine Tencent buying EA Entertainment, or Xbox, or PlayStation. That may save some of those studios in the short term, but overall for the industry, I don't think it would necessarily be a win. There's just one thing, I would say, that's in EA's favor right now, and it's that the whole deal kind of doesn't make any sense. That may seem like a big claim, but hold on with me for a second.
No, I
This is
get him.
flagged by this analyst whose name I'm actually not going to mangle today, and he points out that this deal is simply bad business. So the buyers are spending...
I imagine it's only bad business if you don't know about the inside workings, which we don't, so...
20% over the value of EA, and that is something that the financials can't really support, and that's why this loan is framed as being junk. The existing revenue streams at EA are stable, that's good, but anything new will be a risk. Cutting staff and reforming EA as a leaner, more efficient company would make sense if the plan was to flip it for cash. But the largest shareholder, the Saudis, aren't actually that type of investor. They're not just interested in the money. Obviously, they have other sources of money, and one of the reasons why they are piling all of that money into things like this, well, on the one hand, it's to generate goodwill for Saudi Arabia. It's also to try and diversify their economy so they won't be as fragile in the future. So that's one of the reasons why they'll want EA. And that is not necessarily aligned with, you know, the best overall financial results at the end of the day, because for them...
Yeah, I really doubt it's EA they want. It's something else.
Not all of
and
that
EA just has it.
Value is strictly short-term.
Or maybe if they buy EA, it'll be easier to get it. But it's very clearly not EA itself they want.
Financial. But that does at least create a few interesting...
Again, same with Amazon buying Twitch. They don't give a fuck about Twitch. It's not Twitch they want. It's what Twitch has.
I mean, if they begin by cutting and firing people, if they demand changes to existing games, that won't be good press. Even if audiences don't like EA, we do know that some fans are protective. Fans of The Sims, fans of Mass Effect, they are viciously protective of those games. So we're now left in a very strange position. As noted by our analysts from earlier, they currently control one of the most profitable mobile games of all time, simply because they spent far too much money in Scopely and then kept spending to fund the dominance of Monopoly Go. to make it the biggest game in the world. So yeah, they just love their monopoly apparently. But basically, it's not just financial dominance that they want here. It is cultural dominance. And now we just have to wait and see how they plan to achieve that with Electronic Arts, and just how much of that company they will even need to accomplish their goals, and therefore, well, what will happen to the bits that they don't need. Right now, I don't know, but taking a look at the last decade...
I have a
of games-
feeling there's going to be, Jesus Christ, why do I have so much time? That there's going to be some big cuts. A lot of people are going to get fired.
Industry history, I'm not feeling particularly bright about it. And, well, for a little touch of why things are not exactly bright at all levels of the industry, check this out about Dreamhaven. It's the company from Mike Morhaime, Blizzard co-founder, and they've not exactly had a great time lately.
Every Blizzard founder can't survive. Even. Reading is hard, okay. Awesome. Good chip belly lore. Blood West. Boop. Alright, give it a sec, boys. It's a bootin'. It's showing on the wrong monitor. Let me see. What crashed? Okay, I think I still have my model, so I think we're fine. Oh, slide that all the way up. The ways, okay. That's how you want me to play it? Oh yeah. Some nice tunes.
Where my people roamed freely, now roams only death.
Ooh. Aura.
Came with the white man on his iron horse. White man brought with him corruption,
Why is he talking about me, bro?
greed, vanity,
Oh.
ignorance.
Went fucking neuron activated.
Killed on holy ground, and the Great Spirit has abandoned this place. The dead can no longer leave the mortal realm. Restless and enraged, they wander the earth, craving for more of living flesh.
Why are you shooting at shoulders, bruv?
A fate worse than death, undeserving even for a stupid white man. Light still flickers within you, stranger. Go now, leave this place. May the Great Spirit take pity on you. May your soul find peace in the spirit world.
Come on. I want to skip, but I feel like we're at the end of it, so... Alright. I'm assuming that's the end of the cutscene. Come on now.
Went to hell and came back.
Okay, I'm just trying to see, like, how fast is this? Is it stuttering, or is that just how the game plays?
Oh, it worked. It worked. And he is even in one piece.
Oh.
Me? You mean us? Nothing but an amalgamation of souls. More important question is, who are you?
I would love to do voice acting just to be able to be like something like this.
The answer is
I would love to be like a
you're
demon.
undead.
I don't have the
Brought
voice
you
for it, but I
here
would
by
love it.
means of our immense powers from whenever place you've been before. We know of your exploits and achievements. Your fame reaches wide across the country. The nasty rumors about you reach even further. You're our ace in a sleeve. Before you ask,
I like I'm not even talking anymore. It's just like
cannot
nod.
send you back.
Continue.
Not yet. See, that's the nature of every summoning. It must have a reason. And a reason you have. As an undead outside of others' influence, you will be our torch in the dark. Your spark will become the flame to purify the rot of this world and free us from the unending cycle of despair.
I'm just looking at the skull. I don't know why it's catching me like so off guard.
World. Smell the sulfur in the air. Taste the corruption. Understand the shattered reality. Sense the vitriol staining the remains. Only then will you be free again and able to leave.
Now I leave. Am I going to bare knuckle box the first demon? Is it? I feel like it shouldn't be stuttering. Just because I'm like, yeah, that's barely visible. I'm a little blind. Yeah. Subtitles are on, yes, okay. I didn't think to check it, but now that it's there. Okay. Oh. Oh shit. Bone.
Never have too much of those.
Get shit on, kid. Oh, get duped, get duped. Oh, get shit. Why can't I? Okay, fuck you. I didn't realize I had to crouch. That was not fair.
Lost and recovered.
Press I. Wait, is this okay? This is my inventory. Second. Heavy, light. Oh no, it's just attack.
You never have too much of those.
Do they both go the same way? Bye bye. Oh. Oh, why is it bottom to top? Ooh. Get shit on. Get shit, fuck, shit, fuck.
Put to death.
I'm going to touch you. Oh, I have a rock. Okay.
This may be useful.
Why is the gun my secondary?
You won't find any answers lingering here. Better move towards the dark places and glimmering gold. Search for the evil lurking in this world. Smell the sulfur in the air. Taste the corruption. Understand the shattered reality. Sense the vitriol staining the remains. Only then will you be free again.
Stop talking about riddles, bro. Use it in fucking baby language.
Lost in oblivion.
Checking for loot.
Something wicked this way comes.
Oh shit. Okay, I didn't realize he had so much reach.
No escape, eh?
Oh. Fuck, I'm still down a bullet. Oh, but you have items this time, so I guess it's fair. Can I open this? Nope. Did he just fall off the cliff? Oh, he did. Oh, zoinks! Oh. Oh, I can't.
Finally, someone
Oh,
I can talk
I was about to dome him.
I was getting worried there's no one else but that skull on a stick.
Hey, don't disrespect Bob.
What is it? A dead man I buried walks again. I sense the restless spirits nearby, but still I hoped your body would be protected by my charms. They were insufficient, as it seems.
What happened to me? Who are you? I don't really care what happened to me. Who the fuck are you?
I am nobody. Used to talk to spirits, guide the tribe. Now tribe shattered. I remain in shame, wandering the lands, trying to fix what
I'm
can't
trying to.
be
Okay,
fixed
no.
and
I was going to ask if his horn on the right is broken, but it was just the angle his head was at. I have no more questions.
Good, yes.
Can we trade? $7.20, $10.20. But I'm assuming it's faster is like the thing. I feel like my ammo was probably like a... I was gonna say, can I shoot him? Hey. I feel my knowledge increasing. What the fuck? That was right on your head, you asshole.
It's never enough.
Don't care for lore. Needs a key.
Alas, it's never enough.
Down here is the key, please. Nope, just rubble. I also never change categories. You know what? I don't even fucking care anymore. Oh shit.
Gone with the wind.
Oh yes, give me your teeth.
This may be useful.
What was that? Was it a key? I wasn't looking, I just saw something, a glow. Oh, you have an inventory, retard?
Disgusting filth.
Thanks, buddy.
Here's some friendly advice. Don't
Die.
get back up.
Oh, I was close. Oh man, I'm such a gamer. Just jumping off point. Cool.
My new favorite thing.
Yeah, arrows are great, buddy, but you have nothing. Oh, you do have a bow. Never mind. I was gonna say you have nothing to shoot it with. Silver. Okay. Actually, just a cup. Go around the other way, I suppose. I don't know how accurate this is. Oh. Oh.
Bullets, arrows, need 'em all.
And it is replenishable. Hell yeah. Oh. It's an RNG thing, is it? Oh. I mean, fair enough, I guess. It seems to be better to just kind of hip fire it.
I will need that.
Oh, I don't know who she is, but I like her. I'm not even going to read it.
That's a nice little thing.
Accessories. Seeking is... Oh, okay. Am I supposed to go down there? Did I come up from... No. I wanna... No! No! Oh, Jesus Christ.
I am bleeding?
Shut up, Chief.
Here's some friendly advice. Don't get back up.
Nice. Good job, me.
Bullets, arrows, need 'em all.
Now, speaking of bullets, can I fucking get some? I don't want to fall right behind him because obviously you're going to hear a massive thud. Fuck's sake.
Sleep now, forever.
I see you. You see me. Come on. Checking the corners. Hey, buddy.
I'll save this one for later.
I think that's all of them. Nope.
Don't come back.
Okay, that was almost bad. I see glowy.
Never know when I may need one. Oh, good.
Hmm. I didn't go down this way, did I? Nope. Aw, come on, buddy.
Scum of the earth!
Hmm. See. Your heart. Should really take a drink. Yeah, you stare at that corner. It's a very nice corner.
Disgusting filth.
Ooh. Bye bye. Fucking idiot.
What do we have here?
Dynamite? I suppose the strategy works too.
Whatever gets the job done. Will take this with me.
Ooh, Black Raven skull. Sell?
May be useful.
Teleport. Hold on. Hey, buddy. Why do I keep misclicking escape of all things?